my name is Dr. Mari Swingle. I've been working in the field of EEG therapies for well over 25 years now, and what we're going to be doing today is talking about EEG therapies, commonly known as neurotherapy. So what is neurotherapy? Neurotherapy has many names. Brainwave biofeedback, neurofeedback, electroencephalography, psychoneurophysiology, quantitative encephalography. It goes on and on and on. It is a discipline of many names, a practice of many names. So what is it really? Well, neurotherapy is an extremely powerful modality with unparalleled potential. It is potentially one of the most advanced and powerful non-pharmaceutical modalities in the cross-disciplinary realm of psychology and medicine. And that includes all of the subfields under the purview of psychology and medicine. So, for example, education. And it's all based upon the EEG, which most of you probably know is an acronym or short for electroencephalography. It uses very complex computer systems to read electrical information from the upper levels of the cortex, the upper levels of the brain, and or much deeper brain structures within the brain. And this is all equipment dependent, and we're primarily reading this through electrodes attached to the scalp. What we're looking at is primarily brain function rather than structure. And what we're doing is analyzing the recordings or the measurement of the EEG, the patterns in the systems, and they're measures of brain function. So they're measures of brain efficiency and brain inefficiency. Okay. And these measures correlate with states and traits of health and wellness or lack thereof. The mechanism. The mechanism is actually quite simple. It's operant and classical conditioning is used to literally modify brainwave architecture. And anything that the brain controls, neurotherapy can help with because it goes to the source, to the brain itself. So it can help with ADHD and other learning disabilities, developmental disabilities. So we're talking about dyslexia, dysgraphia, apraxia. It can help with epilepsy, anxiety, depression, stroke, TBI, insomnia, migraines, peak performance, sports psychology. The list goes on. So that's essentially it. But there are some big catches here. Neurotherapy, I believe, is one of the most misunderstood sub-disciplines. The principles are very simple, but operationalizing the principles into effective assessment and effective treatment requires extensive knowledge and extensive practice experience. And the catch here is that neurotherapy itself is a relatively unregulated sub-discipline. So it relies entirely on complementary competence. So competence in anatomy, physiology, medicine, psychology, psychiatry, etc. And that's potentially a critical problem. Because if or when it is, and I put in air quotes, practice and promoted by individuals without both primary EEG knowledge and complementary medical, psychological, psychiatric competence or knowledge of psychoneurophysiology, pardon the repetition, but it's a problem. And I think most people are familiar with the phrase, power goes both ways. So there's great potential for help, but in the wrong hands, it doesn't work. And there's also potential for harm. Okay, so let's get back to our terms. I think terms could really help with understanding more of the practice of neurotherapy. So our looming question, of course, is what is in a name? And here again we have the long list of different types of practice and treatment.